Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review Invasion, and this is an Apple TV Plus series, and this is the first season that just wrapped up with 10 episodes, and this is created by Kinberg, who has had his hands in a lot of different kinds of things, but also was a directorial debut with X-Men Dark Phoenix. Maybe not the best thing to have your directorial debut, but Kinberg has been involved in so many different things like The Martian and the X-Men, and he was a big producer on a lot of those films, and now is closer into the action on stuff like writing and creating this show. And I have to get this off at the front, because this is the biggest criticism I'm seeing all over the place, is the pacing of this show, which it takes forever to actually have, like, aliens, like actual, where are they? Like, invasion. This is such a drawn out, spinning tires road trip. And, like, they tease some stuff in the first episode, like, okay, we got through the first episode, now episode 6 or 7, finally see some aliens, and you're just like, what? And you're spending all this time with these different groups of people trying to build up all kinds of things. Like, you have, and I'll get into it in a minute, but you'll have all these different storylines with these young kids, with this mother and her family, this soldier, this group of Asian people across the world who are working on, like, space stuff and stuff like that. And all these episodes feel like so much just waiting and biding, and after a while there's no suspense anymore until you get to the home invasion episode, which I thought was by far the best episode of this series so far, and really just focus on enclosedness. The one family that's in the film, the Malik family, they're stuck in this house with a couple other people and the aliens in there. And it gets crazy and suspenseful and intense. And I'm like, where was this the whole rest of the 6 episodes that came before this? And that's when it really starts to get its footing. You have the cast as well. You have Sam Neill, who doesn't want Sam Neill in their show. And then you realize, maybe you won't be getting that much Sam Neill. And that, I should just stop liking people in TV shows, because it never ends well for them, and I apologize. And then you have Anish, played by Golshifteh Farahani, who is the mother and the wife in the Malik family, and there's a lot of marriage tension between her and her husband, tension with her kids, and that's where I feel like a lot of the real fleshed out drama comes in this series. Is this particular storyline also is the focus of the best episode that they have, the home invasion episode, and I feel like maybe if this just really focused on them instead of bouncing around between all these other characters, I don't know. You have Shamier, who plays Trevante, who does a really fine job in this film, in the series, but what really is happening for most of the time, just trying to get from one place to another. And then you have Shioli Kutsuna, who plays Mitsuki, and she's there. And that's what it is. There's just a lot of being there and not progressing the story a lot. And there's some strong direction, there's some good visuals and stuff like that, but there's no urgency or narrative thrust to this show, and it just, after a while, you get bored. And there's a few really strong episodes, but that's about it. And what's the point, honestly? And you get to the final shot of the season, and you realize there's a much, much bigger story here, but you have to suffer through all this setup to begin with, and it just felt like spinning wheels on something that could have been progressed a lot quicker and got into the bigger ideas of things. But, they want to just draw it out and see how many seasons, I guess, you can get out of this. But in general, I felt like Invasion Season 1 was a big letdown. It lacked so much tension because it just kept meandering along for most of it without even showing some aliens or even having some of those thrills. And when it does happen, it's really effective. But You gotta wait a long time for it, and I don't know if it is worth it. But those are my thoughts on Apple TV Plus's Invasion. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some TV. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.